Hiya and welcome to Build. We are live from London and today we've got the fantastic and talented Pixie Lott.
Hello.
So before we get going, don't forget that if you've got any questions for Pixie, then you can comment on our Facebook or you can tweet us at Build Series LDN and we'll do our best to get them out before the end of the interview. Pixie, hello.
Hello.
Oh, it's so lovely to see you, looking so newly pink and coiffed.
Thank you.
What's inspired this new do?
Well, it is pretty pink, isn't it?
It's fantastic. It's given me sort of strawberry shake meets Frenchie from Greece.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that if you don't mind.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, no, basically I did a shoot the other day and this is I have a Pixie Lott paint hair range where you put the colours in, you wash it out, you can try it yourself.
I will be trying it myself.
Give you some product. And so, yeah, it just washes out. And it's exciting because in UV light, it glows. Glow in the dark. But it's also a little clue because I'm playing a secret gig. Is it Thursday today?
It's Thursday today.
I lose track. I'm playing a secret gig tomorrow night as a little surprise, and it's a little clue.
Can you tell us where this gig is at, maybe?
I can't tell you because it's a secret.
The pink hair is a clue.
It's a clue. It's
okay.
A big clue.
Well, we'll see if anyone can piece that together. I want to chat to you about your new single, Baby, because it came out last week.
Yeah.
And how's the reception been so far?
I've been blown away by it. I think I was just so excited to put new music out, and especially with Anton Powers, who the song is with. It's a collaboration. And it's just a real feel-good club summer song. So to come back with something like that is really exciting for me because it means we can play loads of fun shows like tomorrow night and do some shows in Ibiza. And it's just really fun. I can have fun with my friends. And it's been a few years since I've released new music. And so that's why the reaction has really blown me away. It only came out last week and we've had all these incredible opportunities and we've just had a lot of love and I just can't believe it, really. So happy about that.
It's such like a big dance song. Was it your intention to come back with something a little bit different that would maybe not heard from you before?
Yeah, I think, again, that's what excited me because I guess doing the collaboration with Anton meant that both of our worlds could merge.
Yeah.
And obviously he's an amazing dance producer, so it was incredible to work with him. And I love the song. Like, I really, really love it. So they're always the best, in festival atmospheres or big show atmospheres to perform songs like that when you can really involve the crowd are amazing.
It's been a couple of years, like you said. Have you maybe been doing a bit of clubbing in that time? And is that the music that you've been around?
There's always time for a bit of clubbing.
As long as you can squeeze that in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. It's like music you can dance to, which everyone loves. So, yeah, definitely. The few years I haven't been releasing music, I have been working in the studio and still working on it behind the scenes. And I was doing a play for a lot of the time last year where I got to focus more on acting, which I really enjoyed and learned loads from. But it's just, yeah, I'm so happy to be back with music because it's my number one.
Can you tell what about working with Anton Powers? Because how did that collaboration come about?
So he actually remixed one of my old songs. I don't know if you remember Gravity.
I do.
You do, yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah. So it was a song that was out before and he did an amazing remix to it. So I was a fan from then. And we reconnected in Ibiza, of course. And just always spoke about working together. It was like, let's actually make this happen. And then we actually did. And yeah, it was pretty fresh. And then we thought, we'd put it out.
You must have been so excited the first time you listened to it all the way through, having waited so long to work with him as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like the first time I heard it back, I was like, yeah, this is so fun and just perfect for this time of year, I think. It's always a good sign as well. Like I play it to my family and my friends. And my sister was just loving it. She was like, yes, this is fab. And it's her sort of music too, so she was really, really into it. And I'm just looking forward to playing it at a show for the first time. Like we've done some amazing TV performances and stuff like that, but I haven't really done it to a big crowd. So that's going to be exciting to do over the summer.
So you've been in the industry for 8 years now. So 8 years since Mama Do came out, at least. Do you still feel the same sort of pressure before you release new music? Do you think, oh God, I hope people like it. I hope the fans like it.
Yeah, 100%. I always want the fans, the cats, to love it. Like, that's the whole reason why I make music. So I hope that they love everything that I put out. And, you know, I've put out quite a lot of songs, and sometimes, you know, they're more into some than others. But yeah, I just always want to make them happy. So that's what it's all about.
It must be great to get such a good reception.
Yeah.
Yeah. In those 8 years since Mama Do's came out, how do you feel like you've changed as an artist, and how do you feel like the industry's changed?
The industry has changed massively. I think, because my first single came out 8 years ago, but I was doing this like behind the scenes for years.
Of course, yeah.
And like when I first signed my record deal, I was 15. So I was sort of, and I started writing my first album when I was about 14. And so it's been a long time. And I think I've learned loads in just, you know, growing up in it, really.
Yeah.
You know, you obviously learn loads as you get older, but I think when I first started, I had no clue about anything, just in general. And I didn't even know how the charts worked, how you release a song, how music videos are made, how labels work and management teams and stuff. And I think I was just really, really naive. And I feel like I've, learned loads, and I'm not as naive now. And I know, you know, because I've just had so many different experiences. I know what's going on more now. And industry-wise, I think it's just changed, you know, with streaming and how a song gets put out.
Yeah. Completely
changed. So I'm still, like, getting my head around that.
Yeah, the way things chart has changed so differently now as well. And like in such a short amount of time, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Like 8 years.
It's crazy because I think, you know, before it was always, you know, you build it all up and you do all the promotion and stuff beforehand, and then the song comes out. Whereas now it's like available straight away, so everyone can just get it, and then you do all that stuff afterwards. So it's like gone in reverse.
You mentioned TV performances of the new single, Baby.
Yeah.
We saw you do it on The Voice. Was that as much fun to do as it looked on screen?
Oh my God, so fun! I think because it was like the first time me and Anton were doing it, and it was a big production. We had dancers. I had like this amazing like light box thing that I started out.
There was a lot going on there, wasn't there?
There was a lot going on, and I had my big curly hair, and it just felt like, you know, a proper performance, and it's just like an amazing way to come back and sing the song for the first time. So that was incredible. And then Anton and I got to do Mrs. Brown's Boys last week, which was incredible too, because it was the most fun show.
Yeah.
And
the other end of the scale, really, is
the other end of the scale. But it's like a family show, and they just run it so amazingly, and they make you feel part of the family when you're there. And it's so, we just had the best time. We loved it. And then we've got a few other things. I've also got an acoustic version of the song.
Oh, nice.
Which you can check out.
Again, the other end of the spectrum.
The other, because we've got like, you know, the actual version is a proper club summer.
It's a big song, isn't it? It's a big song.
Whereas like the acoustic is literally just voice and piano, which is fun too. So I'm performing that for the first time on TV on Sunday for Too Awesome, which is on ITV Sunday morning. So check it out.
Brilliant. Just getting back to your voice performance, did you feel particular pressure? Because obviously you're going to be a judge on the kids' version of the show. Did you feel like you kind of had to prove yourself a little bit because you've got the judge status?
You're making me feel pressure now. But it's done now. So, I didn't want to like let any of those feelings like get to me, because, you know, then it can just drive you crazy, and I'll be like a nervous wreck. But it was a crazy time, I will say, because I'd just been in Singapore doing a gig, and then I went straight to LA and I shot 2 videos, and then I came straight off the plane and went straight into the dance rehearsals, and then that was like one more day, and then it was the show. We did the production rehearsal, and then it was the actual show. And I hate to like moan and whine about it, but I had a really bad cold, which is like perfect timing, you know, just what you want. So it was a bit of a crazy time, and I was like, oh crap, I've got to learn all these moves, I've got to warm up my voice, but I've got this cold, I've been on the plane, So it was like all a bit of a whirlwind, I would say, for sure.
Yeah.
But that
feels so good now, having done it though, and
I had the best.
You had that much time and the call to deal with. You must.
Oh my God!
Like, I did that.
And I really enjoyed it. I think everything like behind the scenes and around things can always get really crazy, but then as soon as I get on the stage and I perform and I do it, all the cares just go, and I just have the best time, and that's why I know that I have to do this job forever because I just love it.
I want to talk to you about The Voice Kids. First of all, basically, how's it going? How has it been on the panel?
Oh my God, I've loved every second of it. I knew I would enjoy it because I've always been obsessed with like talented people, but especially young talented people. I just find it really exciting and inspiring. I'm like, wow, I love it. So that's why I really wanted to be involved with it. But it's been even more than I could have imagined, just literally down to how talented the kids are. They will blow you away. And I promise you, I'm not just saying that, you have to see it for yourself.
Is that what surprised you the most, being on the show, is the actual caliber of the contestants?
The standard is so high. I don't know what it is. I think just as, you know, people have evolved or something, it means that these like young, the age is 7 to 14, and we have these like 13-year-olds that are like insane. Like they would be insane if they were 40 years old, let alone being 13.
What's it like having those little 7-year-olds come in and audition then? Like, are they surprising with their talent as well?
Yes, because they are so sweet. You can imagine. They come on with like their little princess dresses, and it's so cute. Like, I absolutely love it. But then they will look really cute, and then they'll come out with these amazing voices. And also, like, some of them just have this, like, charisma, like this, like, star quality, that you can just feel, and like they light up the stage, and they're also really fearless. I think, you know, when you're younger, you have less doubts, and and they just go for it. And less worries, and as well, when they don't get through to the next round, they're just like, well, I'm really happy that I got this experience, and I'm going to keep singing, and and it's just like, wow, that's just amazing.
If only everyone was like that.
I know.
Have way less people embarrassing themselves and racking up those YouTube hits. You were a guest judge on the X Factor way back at the beginning of your like pop career.
Yeah.
How has it differed working with young contestants to sort of the more adults that we saw on X Factor?
Yeah, I mean, when I did the X Factor day, I think I would have been about 19 when I did that. And
basically a kid yourself.
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell am I doing here? I was like on a judging panel with Simon, Cheryl, and Louis. Yeah. And I was like, I've never done anything like this before in my life. I'm used to being on the other side of it. And by the way, I still am to this day. I still do auditions and still do things like that all the time. Yeah. So I really know how it feels. So that was really the only thing I could draw experience from, knowing how it is to be in their shoes. And Simon and Cheryl and Louis made me feel so at ease and so comfortable, which really made it 100 times better. And then I just really enjoyed it. But I'm 26 now, getting old, getting on with it. And I was actually, you know, a coach for the whole of the Voice Kids, not just a one-day thing. So I feel like I'm really involved, really attached to all the kids, you know, working with them, coaching them, being around the piano, working on their performance. I feel just so involved. Like, I love it. And I think, you know, any talent I love seeing at any age, but I think there's just something so exciting about the energy that the kids bring into the room, the way they make you feel. And I think just the fact of hearing the talent like that out of someone so small, it's just like, wow, how does that even happen? So I've absolutely loved it.
It sounds like it's been a really good experience.
It's been the best experience. Like, it really has.
Amazing. So shows like Britain's Got Talent in the past have come under fire for having kids on as contestants. There's always this debate about whether you should have kids auditioning and, you know, getting negative feedback on social media and from the judges and stuff. What would you say to those kind of critics? Because obviously The Voice Kids is all under 18s, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I can only talk about it from personal experience because I have been doing this pretty much my whole life. I've had exactly the same experiences at that age. I was doing loads of auditions for things, and I actually think it's better for kids if they know that they want to be in this career, in this profession long term, than to have all those knockbacks and rejections that I had from a really young age. It's just set me up so much better for now, because it makes you have a thicker skin. Now when it happens to me, which happens all the time, it's just like water off a duck's back. I'm literally like, I've had this millions of times. Whereas if I would just be experiencing it now, I think I would find it really, really tough. I've sort of been eased into it from a young age, and I think it really does help having it at a young age. So I think it's great for them to experience that and to have those knockbacks. It makes you learn, it makes you come back stronger. And they are fearless. They're literally, the kids that have been on the show, they've just been so excited to be there. They know they're so young. They know it's the beginning. They know they can go on and do a million other things. It's not like it's their last chance. Yeah. So I think it's really amazing.
You mentioned that the kids are resilient as well. Like, that's another factor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seeing like how they can bounce back in a way. The Voice is always famous as well for the competition between the judges. How competitive has it got?
Will and Danny are really funny, and we've had a laugh on the show for sure. Like, I'm sort of in the middle of them both, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? They're like bouncing between each other, and it's just really fun. We get on really well, and I think it's to do with, again, like the energy from the kids. Like, it gets us all excited. We're all really passionate about them and about their talent. Like, it's honestly so exciting to be there that there's only excitement and like so much energy bouncing between us as well. Yeah, we get on really good. Yeah.
When's it actually going to be on TV, The Voice Kids?
So The Voice Kids, I mean, I'm not very good with the dates, but it starts in June.
Cracking.
Is it like mid-June or something? It's like mid-June.
Mid-June. Brilliant stuff.
But you have to watch it.
Looking forward to it. I want to quickly ask you about getting engaged as well. Congratulations last year.
Thanks.
You and your very, very handsome fiancé. How are the wedding plans coming along?
The wedding plans are, I want it to be either July or September next year. That is the aim. But it literally has been non-stop recently.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's been so and I don't just want to like wedge it in, shoehorn it in somewhere, because it's a big deal. So I want to have like time to properly focus on it. So yeah, when it's like calms down a bit, it's just been so busy. But my mum organised my sister's wedding in 6 weeks, and it was amazing. So that gives me hope.
That sounds like a woman who knows her way around a file of facts.
Yeah.
Oh my
She's
goodness.
amazing, the Bevster. She's probably watching right now, so she'll give her a little wave. Hey, Mum.
You can organise basically anything I need organised. I would really appreciate that. Just putting that out there over the internet. So what's it like? Obviously, you've been with Oliver for a number of years now. What's it like having a relationship in the public eye? Because it must be quite difficult, especially as you've just described, when you're both really busy.
Yeah. Well, we first started going out when I was like 19. So I guess it just sort of feels normal. I guess because we haven't really known any different.
Yeah.
And
you've gone through it together as well, haven't you?
Gone through it together, and yeah, we like sometimes we spend a lot of time apart. Just if I'm like on a writing trip somewhere or whatever, doing shows somewhere. But we always try to. He'll come with me, or you know, we live together, so we still see each other when I'm in London all the time, even if it is just in the morning and in the evening. But yeah. It's all good in the hood.
That's good. So how do you deal with things like, not just in your relationship, but with like press intrusion and people being interested in your personal life? Is that like tough, or is that just something you're like, it's part and parcel with the job?
Yeah, I don't really read into it too much.
Do you think that's maybe the resilience that you've got from being in it so young as well?
Yeah, I guess so, because it has been a good few years, I guess, since I've released my first single. And what was weird, I think because I was, it took me so long before I actually released my first single, because like I said, I started really young. And so I started the album when I was about 14. So it still took 4 years before it came out, and I felt like it was forever. I was like, oh my God, this is
at that age as well.
So long. I was like, I'm so ready for this right now. And it just felt like it was a lifetime. And then as soon as it came out, well, the charts worked differently back then. As soon as it came out, it was like #1, and then all of a sudden everything changed, whereas there was like paparazzi outside my mum and dad's house following us everywhere. And so it was a really big contrast from going a really slow build up to really fast, and then everything, So I was a bit like, whoa.
It's been a fast learning curve, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's been years now, so I'm used to it.
I want to throw things over to the audience, so if we've got any questions from you lot out there.
Pixie, I wanted to ask, have you ever felt pressured to look a certain way as a pop star, or have you always felt that you could stay true to your own personal style?
Good question. I wasn't pressured to dye my hair pink yesterday. No, to be honest, I do get asked that question quite a lot. I think, especially when I was younger, are you forced to dress a certain way or look at that? And I've been really lucky in the way that I can pretty much wear what I want. I've never been forced to wear something that I didn't like. Sometimes, I've worked with stylists where it's not particularly my style, but I am as well a real go with the flow kind of chick. So it would never bother me too much. But I haven't felt pressured to look a certain way or do anything, which is pretty good. Yeah.
Thanks. Who's next?
We've actually got a message in from Twitter for you.
Cool.
What advice would you give someone wanting to get into the music industry?
I always say my best advice is to really go for as many auditions, meetings, sessions, open mic nights, performances that you can, because you never know who's there. Word of mouth, you never know who you're going to meet. It literally, that's all I did from a really young age. I was so proactive. I would look online, look in newspapers to find as many opportunities as I could by myself. And one thing led to another thing, led to another thing, led to another. It wasn't instant at all. It was not like I didn't do a talent competition or anything, but it was little steps by little steps. And at the time, they might seem really small, but all of them added together just pays off in the end. So you just have to keep like walking up the ladder, like little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. And it does sound cliche, but it's true. Hard work just pays off. And you get the knockbacks and the rejections all the time. And there's never been anyone who's had an amazing career where they haven't had, no's or not got through to the next round or whatever it is. But you have to not let that affect you and just move on to the next thing. And that gets easier the more you get them. But really, just go for as many things as you can, I think is the best advice. If you can't imagine doing anything else and you're really passionate about it and determined enough, then you'll get there. And also keep learning. I don't feel like you can just stop. I love to keep learning, I think that's good.
On the subject of advice, you've worked with some really cool people in your career. Have any of them given you really important advice? Any big names in particular?
That is a good question. I can't really think of any right now. For some reason, actually, I did a show ages ago where I first met Sporty Spice, Mel C.
Oh, nice.
And I love her because not only does she share the same birthday as me, 12th of Jan.
Get that in the diaries, folks.
Yeah.
Pixie Lott and Mel C.
Yes, Capricorns rule. She also sang all the ad-libs on the Spice Girls songs. She was always the one at the end that did all the ad-libs that went high.
Yeah, and the high kicks.
High kicks, loved that. But I remember her telling me to really enjoy and embrace all the moments, all the crazy moments and all the exciting times, because she was like, you're in it, it's so crazy. And then it just before you know it, your amazing tour is finished. And you're like, wow, I didn't really savor those times. So I think just to really, really remember those amazing achievements that you get and not just think, oh, okay, that's done, on to the next thing. Really cherish them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is good advice from Melanie C. Thanks very much, Mel, who I'm sure is watching. We've got any more audience questions, sorry? Hiya.
As a judge on The Voice Kids, is it harder to actually come up with new things that are original, and is it kind of different to make things fresh?
What do you mean? You mean in the performances that they do, or coming
up with fresh music and performances as well?
for the contestants. Yes. That's been the part I've really, really enjoyed, working with the kids, because we get to work around the piano, work something out, and really just tailor it to them. Luckily on my team, I've worked with some amazing singers. Like, their voices have just been like blown me away. And I've really enjoyed the whole process of picking songs for them, what will suit them the best. But also you have to be age appropriate. You have to think of all these sorts of things. And just hope that they really learn loads from it, whether it be vocally or whether it be performance skills. They will anyway, just from being, in a live TV studio. That's an amazing experience to learn from. But they're really inspiring. Like, they come up with some great stuff, and some of them are just so natural. They walk onto the stage and they just own it straight away. And it's like, wow, you're only 13 years old and you're like, it's just amazing. It just makes you think, wow, in the future, you're just going to keep getting better and better and better. And every time I see them, they get better and better and better. They're like sponges. So good. I love them. They're like my children.
All right, well, I'm really sorry, but that's all we've got time for.
Oh, that went fast.
Baby is out now, so make sure you get listening to it, because it's dead good for the summer. Give it up one more time for Pixie Lott.
Thank you.